behind the Johnson barn and shot through the head.
Yeah, like fucking old Yeller and shit. Just put a bullet in the fucking grill.
Wow.
What were we doing making hay or not? I forget.
Like an hour and a half.
I totally forgot if we were.
Well, what were we going to do? We're going to do Get Him Steve Dave and then call it a day?
Get him, right. That's right. You need to do Get Him Steve Dave because you have to apologize to him.
I need to paint him in a better light than I have.
We'll hear a little bit of what he has to say.
All right. Now, Get Him Steve Dave is a listener, frequent Twitter conversationalist.
Mm-hmm. And the utmost authority on
Zippos.
On Zippos and on Collinswood because he spends 36 hours a week there.
Right. Which, when you say it like that, I find it hard to apologize for the way I've painted him.
So you're going to maintain?
I don't know. Let's just play this and see where we go. I know I felt bad because he said on Twitter, which he said something like, I'm not as bad as Quinn painted me out to be. Mm-hmm. And I felt my heart went out to him because I wanted to give him the avenue to defend himself, but then I was like, I could just defend him for him. But now I'm about to listen to him tell the same story.
Right.
And
I sort of agreed with Walt. I thought he was sort of a decent guy.
Oh, he's definitely a decent guy.
I don't think he was the freak you made him out to be, even with the mics off.
Yeah. It's kind of a freak.
All right, we'll listen to Get Him a little bit, see what he has to say. There's a man whose heart's been broken.
Oh, come on.
Lost his girl to a blind man. Had his teeth knocked out with a pull toy, which he still has never determined if it was on purpose or accidental. And said it spurred him to lose a lot of weight and shit.
Like, we know someone whose girl left him for someone who's dying of cancer.
Mm-hmm. Terminal cancer.
Guys dying of terminal cancer.
I see more of a future with this guy.
Right.
Cancer dude than I do with you. Is what she's saying.
And then we know someone else whose woman left him for a blind man. Like, does it make it worse when the person like they're leaving you for is
challenged in some way? I don't know. I mean, I guess if the blind guy is,
I think
really nice,
but I think it's inspiring though.
Yeah, that he stole my woman with a handicap.
No, I think it's inspiring when you see someone with what'd you call it? With a what?
Disability?
I don't know if it's a disability or somebody who has a challenge with them.
Right.
And they're so intoxicating because they rise above it. I think that's what's stealing. It's not because they're like, oh, I like somebody with a challenge. It's how they handle the challenge.
It's like your fucking fetish.
That turns you on.
But you're...
I can't get a bone on unless you're dying.
No, I don't mean like...
Yeah, but is it worse if the woman leaves you for the blind guy?
Well, no, that's why she left you. Because the blind guy is... It's
like
so...
So you think it's easier?
Quinn's sitting around in his apartment moping and shit. Right. Like, oh, I'm sad because fucking Impractical Jokers got pushed back. And then she goes to a bar, she meets a fucking blind dude.
Right.
And he's like, oh, I gotta get up early in the morning. I've been training dogs and stuff and, to pass them on to other blind people like me.
The blind teaching the blind?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Because that's what he did, right? Wasn't he a blind... He was a dog trainer or something.
Yeah.
Well, how'd you meet him? I don't remember if he said.
We'll get into it, I guess.
But I think that's what it comes from. I think it's
So you think
you want to get some of that mojo that this person has overcome what they're going through. It makes you look lesser because you have everything and you're moping. He has all this in front of him and he's not.
And he's fucking your woman.
Huh.
No, if that's what I would have to. That's the avenue I would go.
So you would try and take it like it's my fault for being a dick.
No. Well, it didn't happen to you though. I'm talking about Get Him.
Right.
Get Him should take it that way. That like
this guy has something that Get Him does not possess.
He can't. And it's hard unless Get Him like takes a hot poker, and puts both of his eyes out, and then rises above it. He'll never be able to do what this guy is doing.
I see. So he's got no hope.
Well, he has hope, but I mean, there's a trait.
Not much.
There's a trait that this guy had, that people with handicaps have who rise above them.
Right.
That the normal person just is not going to be able to duplicate.
I see.
Without fabricating it.
And that's inherently attractive, you think?
I think it is.
And you're saying it's almost guaranteed that Suzanne will eventually leave me for an upbeat midget.
Well, you might be considered,
Have a disability?
yeah, right?
I don't rise above it, though. What's my disability? My knee? Or my depression? Or my fatness? Which is it?
Oh, it's all one big enchilada.
Right.
It's a smorgasbord for Suzanne.
I should have girls swarming me then.
It's a buffet for Suzanne.
Yeah.
What's it today? Is it
He's
the
not
knee?
limping.
Oh, he's pissed
He
off.
doesn't have crumbs in his shirt, yeah. He's mad. Oh, wait. He's mad because Edgar yelled at him when he was 11. Get him. Can I borrow your fire pokers? Can't stand to watch this mess of a person.
That's what I say. You rise above your stuff, though. I mean, that's what turns Suzanne on.
That's why she's always slicked down the stairs. She's like, wow, you got off the couch today. So turned on.
She's casually squeezing her legs together.
She just sits on a mop normally. I'm always rising above and exciting her. Now listen to Gidim. Let's see what Gidim does to deal with this blind man.
All right. You have a girlfriend?
No.
So you want to go out?
Sorry for the camera. Just pushes it down.
Oh, no, I'm single. I admit it.
So are you, Quinn? Quinn's looking to his future. He's like, I'm single. I live alone. I got no girlfriend. I'll buy a Zippo off you.
Well, unless your ex knocks out your front teeth and dumps you for a blind guy, you're good.
Blonde or blind?
Blind. Blind has a dog and everything. Blind.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened? He knocked out your teeth?
No, she knocked.
Quinn just can't control himself. He starts laughing right away.
How bad do you think it bugs him? I mean, he brings it up. He doesn't have to bring a blind man stole his
Right.
girl. He could just tell strangers that, he doesn't tell strangers anything.
Anything.
He offers up that information.
I think it bothers him.
It's a burr.
Sure. He's like, he's got a dog and everything.
Yeah. And even you hear it in his voice. I'm single.
Gidim has a dog, though. He talked about his dog to me.
Yeah?
So he has a dog as well.
But he's not blind. I wonder what his girl looks like. She's got to be ugly, right?
Oh.
What? It's his
Well, I
ex. He
mean,
doesn't care.
later on, I asked him if he'd take her back. So,
Oh, he said yes?
well, he didn't say no.
No, I mean, she's got to be fucking
You're
cute.
just trying
It
to
doesn't
get. You're trying to
matter,
get
though, to a
Giddim's
blind
back.
man.
I'm trying to get Giddim's back. Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why she's going with the blind man. She's like, look, I look like fucking, like, if he could see me, he turned to stone.
No, maybe it's also like, I don't have to, spend hours working on myself.
I don't got to brush my
He
hair.
truly loves me for who I am.
Right.
It's not all
That's
superficial
also
like Gidim.
intoxicating.
Well, I mean, I think your options are limited when you're blind. She should look at it that way.
Do you think she's
What time is
like 5:30?
Did he just lock that door?
Did he?
Oh,
No, I don't
okay,
think so. It's like that guy looks smelly. Do
Um,
you think it's not like Laura Dern and Eric Stoltz in Mask? Wasn't that Laura Dern was the blind girl, right?
I don't know, but I think that it's probably that, yeah.
Like she looks like the female version of Rocky Dennis.
Yeah,
no way.
probably. Why not?
I just don't. You see the way that Gidim looks. He's a pretty handsome dude.
He's sharp. He looks totally normal. Like you wouldn't look at him and
That's
be
what I'm
like,
saying. He
like
looks,
like you said, there was no like woo. Like when you saw him, you're
No.
like, he just looks like
he looks
a
like
normal
Eric
guy.
Roberts. Young Eric Roberts.
So he looks like young Eric Roberts, but he is hanging out at the flea market for 36 hours a week.
I don't think he was doing that. I think that happened after the breakup.
Okay. So he lost her. I don't know, man.
The auction's his new mistress.
I fully support it, man. I
This
think
mistress will never leave him. Well, unless they close down. This mistress will
Catch on fire again.
This mistress will never disappoint him.
right. Probably take less money.
Yeah, this mistress will rain, sleet, snow, or shine. It's gonna be there for him.
Yeah, but it won't fuck him. Which you got to admit is a bit of a downside to having the flea market as a cripple.
I think
As a girlfriend.
there's some
Girlfriend, yeah.
people who are or have moved beyond
You
that
think
being
fucking
the only thing that matters. to
Gidim
them.
has transcended sexuality?
Yeah, but there is some things more
I keep
important,
my
though.
dick dry and my zipper collection full.
There are things, but it is an important element to a relationship, clearly.
Definitely. But it's not the same relationship, though. A flea market and a human being.
Well, it's not a human.
But I think this is...
I don't even know what argument we're having right now anymore. I've sort of lost our way.
I think there's something comforting that I guess I don't know if you can feel the same thing. There's something comforting about being on a spot of land that's been doing the same exact thing for almost 100 years. The same activity has been going on in that spot for, I don't know, 100 years, 50 some years, 60 some odd years.
Sure.
There's something like soothing and
Sort of like when there's a civil war in an African nation, like 10 straight years of bloodshed.
no, well, yeah, I don't mean I'm not talking about like
You're saying that like that what the status quo appeals to you, the consistency that like it hasn't changed, like that same simple activity of going to the auction.
It'll be there, and it's always there, and not much changes. Mm-hmm. Is this offensive?
People don't change. The wares don't change, obviously.
Is this offensive? I told this to somebody in analogy, and they got annoyed at me. And my wife got annoyed at me. Talking about being a Devils fan. Mm-hmm. And I likened it to being like living in Israel, because on either side of you have Rangers on one side and the Flyers on the other side of the state.
Right.
And my wife thought that was so like, oof, you shouldn't have said that.
Well, who do they have? The Palestinians and the
everybody,
the Arabs on the other.
Yeah,
so
like
they're surrounded by people that don't like them.
Yeah, and that's what I thought it was like. That's what I said. Like living, like being a Devils fan, living in New Jersey is like.
I mean, if you were seriously like, I'm living the life of Israelite, yeah, then I think people would be like, he needs to get tested or something. There's something wrong with him. But no, I mean, I don't see that as offensive.
Okay, that's what I said.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I would say comedically that's correct to compare something so minor to
Well, I
something
didn't say it
so
laughing, though.
Right.
I was just like, I said it annoyingly
You
because
screamed it into your kids' faces.
no, I was just screaming it walking down the street to nobody.
4 a.m. in your neighborhood. Yeah, I don't see that as offensive. You're just fucking joking around. It is. It's. I think Quinn's right. It's like it's funny because of
It's such an
how over the
overstatement.
top it is. Yeah.
Right. If it is an overstatement.
Well, it's like right. Yeah.
Yeah, an overstatement, you say.
Out my teeth with a pool toy.
Why?
It was an accident, so she said.
And then was like, hey, I met Mr. Magoo, and then he's the man?
Oh, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, no, she sent me a text message to break up, so.
How long were you with her?
3.
Well, you cannot stop laughing at the guy.
Well, I'm not
you laugh
laughing
when he's
at
blind.
him. I'm
You
not
laugh
laughing.
You laugh at the text message.
I'm not laughing at Get Him, Steve Dave. Mm-hmm. I'm laughing at the evil that has beset him through this woman.
It's like the rape sticker. You're like, I just can't believe.
That's what it is. It's like, it's not like, oh, dude, you're a loser, because I
and
bet
this
you,
is funny.
if you compare my fucking trials and tribulations with women to his and put him out there for the public to see, that I would come up the biggest loser. Like, I honestly feel people would be like, this guy's a fucking...
Have you ever been broken up by a text?
No.
No. Is that bad? Text breakup?
That's pretty recent, obviously. You know.
Yeah.
I got broken up with an email by somebody I didn't know I was dating. It was,
I know who
it
you're
was.
talking about.
Yeah, she.